Hey, what's up, Bubba Army? Let me here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, do whatever to get our YouTube out there. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. When you do that, you're going to get alerts from when we post great content. There's a lot of good shit up there that you got to check out. Bubba Army for life. America. Woo!
Live from the Sunbelt Rental Studios, it's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. On today's, not that Blitz doesn't have a million things to do, little story about Jack and Diane. Two American kids doing the best that they can. Jack is gonna be a football star in Jackie's car. Just say, oh yeah, life goes on. Two American kids doing it on. Oh yeah, life goes on.
Long after the thrill of living his
Dreaming
life.
is gone. Rock on now. Fellow Hoosier, John Cougar Mellencamp from Seymour, Indiana.
Johnny Cougar.
Did you know the great John Wooden? You know what, Lummy, we might do? We might end this show every Friday with famous people from Indiana. David Lee Roth. Did you know the Ultimate Warrior? The Ultimate Warrior was born in Indiana. Did you know that? James Dean.
You
was
actually
born
want to
in
claim
Indiana.
that?
What?
You actually want to claim the Ultimate Warrior thing?
No, I want to just have obscureness, my friend. Now, they're not saying Abraham Lincoln was born in Indiana, but he spent his formidable years in Indiana.
Formidable years?
Tony Stewart, Troy Tabata, Larry Plummer.
The most
Jeff
famous
Patterson.
kid toucher in the world.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Michael Jackson.
The most famous kid. Wasn't, you know what? Jim Jones was born in Indiana. The drinking the Kool-Aid guy.
That's true.
Look at it.
Yep.
Mike Pence, our former president. Tony Stewart, Troy Tabata, Larry Plummer.
The Wright brothers.
What about
Yeah.
Pete Buckegg?
How
Was he there?
about Peter Buttigieg?
Buckegg.
Don't forget the great Colonel Sanders.
Don't forget the great Orville Redenbacher, bitches. And with a Jackson 5 kicker and a David Lee Roth whippy-o. Don't forget that.
Jimmy Hoffa.
Jimmy Hoffa?
Todd
Really?
Clem, say it.
Todd Clem. Say it.
Axl Rose.
Adam Lambert.
Dick the Bruiser.
Yeah. Who was born in Indiana, buddy, besides Bubba. I don't know of any other thing right now in our lifetime that has been censored and people are more afraid of than this. Can you?
This is how you control the public. I mean, look what they're doing in China and what they've been doing. It's a heavy surveillance state, and you can't get Facebook in China. You can't get a lot of
Speaking of Facebook, that's the only place that you can, as of now, see this video that was banned from YouTube. If you want to see the video in question that got us put in a medical misinformation 1 week YouTube jail, as of now, it's on our Facebook.
Yeah, go watch quick before I take it down.
And like this is where it starts, right? This is where it starts. This is where censorship and starts with the government, with big tech, with big farm. This is where they don't want people to have an opinion. This is like sit down and shut up. This is the way it's going to be. This is where it starts. This is why Joe Rogan left YouTube. And Joe, I get it now. I get it. I remember when Joe took the Spotify deal. I'm like, well, why would you go over there, Joe? Because you're probably making more money when you do your podcast.
more people have access to YouTube
with
than
your
Spotify.
YouTube and all that. I'm thinking, man, Joe. And now I get it, Joe. Because, you probably have probably a lot of opinions that are about COVID like I do, and they probably would have thrown you off. And then you don't have any negotiation power against Spotify because now you don't have that huge YouTube number.
Well, that's not necessarily true because he still puts the clips up there, not the whole episodes.
Yeah, just
I
clips.
still watch the clips, though,
I
on
understand
YouTube.
that, but when YouTube, if he would continue, doing this and having opinions like Joe does, that YouTube doesn't jive with, what's stopping them for saying clips or regular show? You're out, buddy.
Right.
It's their sandbox.
Sure.
And it's a form of censorship, and it's absolutely 100% censorship.
Mm-hmm.
It's 100% censorship.
But Bubba, it's for the public's good.
I mean,
we know what's best for you.
For the people that have died for our country, for us to be able to speak freely,
and you can,
have an
just
opinion.
not on YouTube.
Well, you can, except about COVID. I could literally talk about 100 other topics on YouTube. I could talk about, chemtrails. I could talk about religion. I could talk about the 9/11 conspiracy. I could talk about who killed JFK. I could talk about every other thing.
Flat Earth, whatever.
Is Adolf Hitler still alive? Did Elvis really die? Is Jim Morrison still alive? Every conspiracy. Who pulled Building 7? I could talk about everything except this stupid COVID stuff.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's because there's money in this one.
It's like, my God, who cares if you have an opinion? Who cares if a doctor says, I got 41 patients, I treated them this way, it all seems to work? Who cares? Like, it's not like we're doing, like, I can't wrap my head around being censored for that. Can I wrap my head around getting in trouble for some of the things that I've done on the radio? Yeah, you probably shouldn't have killed a pig on the air. That was bad. It wasn't necessarily an FCC violation, but they took you to court and tried to put you in prison for 5 years. I get it. Should I had a guy hang a 10-pound barbell from his testicles and swing it back and forth on terrestrial radio? Yeah, I probably should have the right to do that.
Yeah.
But within community standards, I can see where that could be obscene.
You've really grown a lot in the last 15 years.
Bubba. First, he got fired. He first got on the censorship.
Wasn't a good idea.
He first got on the censorship ship by having a man swing a 10-pound barbell on a Ripley's Believe It or Not deal broadcast back in 98 Rock in 2002. Then he got censored on YouTube. For what? Did he have a guy put a 35-pounder on his? No. Did he have two girls do the Squirt Olympics and squirt drag racing? No.
Well, why not?
Did he have a girl hide a Nerf ball in her vagina? No. Did he strap a dog collar to a girl's vagina and shock it? No. What'd he do? He had a doctor on the air that said he has treated 41 patients with hydroxychloroquine with a zinc kicker, a vitamin C 2,000 IUs, and some goddamn B6, and that got him thrown off and censored.
I hope they shut him up immediately.
I hope that fat ass never speaks on the air again. But let me look up Bing and let me know. Well, I'll just ask Alexa. I just need to start asking Alexa stuff. I like how that bitch answers. Hey, Alexa, which Major League Baseball stadiums are requiring vaccination cards to get in for opening day? A little bit long.
Sorry, I'm not able to search for that.
Yeah.
To me, it's like the longer it is, the dumber she gets.
Yeah,
It's a
too
large
much
process.
information. You overload her.
Yeah.
Again, load matters.
Hey, Alexa, does load matter?
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
Dumb
Slut.
bitch.
Well, according to Bing right now.
Hey, Alexa, are you a dumb slut? Hey, Alexa, are you a dumb slut?
Oh.
She's shut off.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
She just basically, if she could have they should have a little finger
was
that comes out
cowering.
and flips out
Yeah, she was cowering.
in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Alexa, what if I strangle you out?
I don't know that one.
Oh, you're about to, bitch.
Hey, Alexa,
Hey, it worked out good for her last time. You broke it, and then Dan had to go buy a brand new one.
you ever been yoked out? That was one of those FU deals.
Right.
It's a straight FU. Hey, Alexa, what stadiums require a vaccination card for Major League Baseball?
I don't know that one.
That one was pretty...
Yeah, she's being lazy.
Hey, Alexa, are you being a little bit of a lazy electrical bitch today?
Maybe she needs to just Bing it.
Hey, Alexa, when you don't know something, do you Bing it? Oh, she completely just turned off on that.
Yeah.
I think the bitch is supposed to turn off on Bing. Hey, Alexa, When you don't know something, do you Bing it?
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Oh, she does.
You know that. Hey Alexa, what is Bing?
The noun
Crosby?
being is usually defined as the fact of existence, as
Being.
opposed to non-existence. The subordinating conjunction being is usually defined as since, because, considering that, often followed
You know,
by
Jeff
as,
Bezos said, "Listen,
as
you
how,
bitch, if you
or
answer
that."
this question,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a competition, but not really.
Jeff Bezos doesn't even make it to the office every day, but when they were designing what Alexa says,
Mm-hmm.
he was like, let me tell you something. And he had his teeth gritted, too.
Sure.
He goes, let me just tell
better
you,
not mention Bing.
let
You
me tell you all
bitch.
you bunch of programmers right now. I don't want to hear any talk of Jeeves or Bing on my system. Got it?
Bitch.
And make Alexa a real snooty bitch if you ask her an uncomfortable question.
Make her go doo-doo.
Hey, Alexa, does Amazon own you? Do you report to Jeff Bezos?
I don't own anything.
But I'm going to ask him about Jeff Bezos. I bet they really put him over, right?
Oh, I'm sure.
Let's see.
Let's see. Hey, Alexa, tell me about Jeff Bezos.
Here's the Wikipedia article on Jeff Bezos. Jeffrey Preston Bezos is an American internet entrepreneur, industrialist, media proprietor, and investor. Bezos is the founder and CEO of the multinational technology company Amazon. He is the richest person in the world according to the Forbes Real-Time Billionaires ranking.
Ooh.
How about
Would you
his
like me to
penis?
keep reading?
How about the length of Jeff Bezos' penises?
Oh, must be small.
If I owned it, I'd be like, Jeff Bezos is currently hung at 9.5 soft. That's what I would have it like. I mean, if you own it, right? Jeff Bezos owns Alexa, right? So I would be like, Jeff Bezos has a 10.5-inch penis. Jeff Bezos is an amazing lover. Jeff Bezos is the man. That's what I would do.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos is the number one richest person daily by about 20 million or 20 billion right now
Really? He's got a 20 billion.
over Elon Musk.
And Elon's a little more, his is a little bit more volatile than Bezos. Bezos is a little more conservative in his investments than Elon, isn't he? Elon goes just absolutely crazy. And then he'll get on Twitter and he'll say, hey, I just bought $1 zillion worth of Bitcoin, but I think Bitcoin might be a little too high.
No, yeah, he'll wait a few days and then say, yeah, Bitcoin it's valued too high.
Yeah, and
Then
then
it
it causes
plummets.
Bitcoin to tank.
Yep.
Then he probably goes and buys some more.
Yeah.
I got you figured out, Elon.
Yep.
He does
Smart.
make a badass car, though.
And I
me
told
too.
you, Dan, I
Sorry.
said every day is a great day.
Every day's a great day,
I
and
mean,
today's
Dan,
a great day.
it doesn't. I mean, it sucks to get stopped at every light on the way in.
Yeah,
but
that-
when you're
that-
but when you're driving a Ferrari,
Makes it even worse.
I'm just saying, like
Those brakes are expensive, Bubba.
Yeah, that's true.
Every red light wears those brakes out a little bit at a time. Those things are not cheap.
What is a brake job for that, Dan?
Well, it depends. Just the pads are, a couple thousand for a pair of for all four wheels.
Oh,
for
that's
pads.
nothing.
But the rotors
Are
are
all
like
carbon fiber?
5,000 or 6,000 a wheel.
What? Hold on.
A wheel.
I'm surprised they're that cheap, to be
So let me
honest.
see, 5, 10, 15, 20.
Yeah, it's like 20 to 25,000
For a brake job?
for the rotors.
If you have a full brake job.
But you're not supposed to have to replace the rotors under
Right.
normal street use the
Unless-
entire time you own the car.
Unless you go to put a wheel on and just touch the rotor with the wheel and it
Yeah,
cracks.
you can chip them, or if you take it to the track and then they look like the moon.
Yeah, because they're really, really fragile, Bubba. Like if you just touch it the wrong way, it'll break.
How much does it cost yearly for an upkeep on a Ferrari?
Nothing.
Yeah,
It's free maintenance right now.
Yep.
Nothing. Zero.
What do you mean free maintenance?
Free maintenance.
Scheduled maintenance.
Free scheduled maintenance, like oil changes and stuff.
Yeah,
they'll do it
when
for free at the dealer.
When you pay $450,000, they can back in an oil change for you. It's not a big deal. Maybe a tire rotation. Don't bust me up, kid. Right?
Yep.
Now, what happened?
No one rotates tires in those cars because the front tires and the back tires are
can't-
different. You can't
yeah,
really
you
rotate
can't
them, and
rotate
they're
them.
directional.
What do you get? How many miles can you get out of a set of tires?
Oh,
5,000?
maybe.
They're super soft compound wellies.
Closer to like 4.
4,000. And what
Yeah,
is a set of tires? 1,000 apiece?
No, they're about 500 each. It's about 2,000 for a set of tires. But you put 3,000 miles a year on that car, maybe. I only put about 3,000 miles a year on a car.
Did
like
you try?
that.
Well, hey, listen, having to come here 2 days a week now, that's going to probably add to your mileage, isn't it?
Yeah, but I've put about 2,500 miles on this car since I got it. I've driven it a lot. I like driving
You
it.
have driven this one a lot.
I like it.
Now, if you're not driving this Ferrari, what do you drive?
Usually my truck, my Cayenne Turbo.
Porsche.
I don't
SUV.
That's
I don't have,
hold on. Guys that have trucks don't have Porsche trucks. If you got a Porsche SUV, you don't call it your truck. Like a truck's an F-350.
I mean, technically it is a truck.
Do you have a bed?
It's a Porsche
No.
SUV.
Well, then how is it a truck?
Yeah, exactly. It's a Porsche SUV.
Okay. I call it the truck.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not
Next
the
to
truck.
the Ferrari, it's a truck.
And then your wife has a brand new Expedition. I'm sorry, a brand new Escalade.
Yeah. A 21 Escalade.
Those are what?
Wow.
Aren't those over 100?
Yes.
They tickle it. They're just under. I think this one was just under. They're great cars, though. Oh my God!
It was
It's been
only
a great car.
99.9. It wasn't 100.
I
Except
mean,
for-
Dan
did you
said
hear
I'll
what
take
happened?
2 of those, bitch.
Did you hear what happened to my son in it? Did I tell you
No.
that story?
No.
Oh my God! I'm in surgery, and I get a phone call from Romina, and it's kind of like,
Oh, Donnie, little Donnie, I don't know, got shocked on the electric seat, Donnie.
it
The
was
electric
like,
seat.
It was like Jenna trying to get out of a room, like turn the doorknob. Remember that one?
Yeah. Oh,
it
yeah.
was like she calls me up. She says, "Danny's stuck in the seatbelt." I'm like, "What do you mean he's stuck in the seatbelt? How does someone get stuck in the seatbelt?" She goes, "No, he's stuck in the seatbelt."
your son is going to die. The seatbelt, I put it on the wrong way, Donnie.
And she says, "No, he's stuck in the seatbelt." I'm like, "Show me the video. Show me the pictures. FaceTime me." And I'm in surgery. She's doing this.
Yeah, you're getting ready to put on, a set of 450s.
I'm in the middle. I got one 450 in and one 450 on the table.
Right.
So,
That
she
should be your
sends
new
me
book.
the picture.
I got one 450 in and one on the table. So she sends you a picture of your son.
And I can't make it out. The seatbelt's unfastened, and he's all like wrapped in it. It doesn't make any sense. Somehow I don't know what he did. But
now, were
the
you-
seatbelt's
I
trying
would-
to retract. And you know when those back belts, if they don't come back out until they've gone all the way in.
Yeah.
So he's somehow twisted up in it, and it just keeps squeezing him tighter and
Oh my
tighter and
God.
tighter.
I've seen that like on Barstool.
And they can't get him out. They can't get him
So
out.
Danny, are you like, now if this call came to me, I would be so flipped out. Be like, are you kidding me? I'm in the middle of a 450 change out, and you guys are so stupid that you can't figure out there's
Frickin' seatbelt.
They've
been around for
Whoa.
8 years.
Dan, you said the F
I
word.
said frickin'.
Oh, okay, I dumped it.
I think he
telling you.
did say freaking, but it was close.
Oh, I'm
Yeah, it was
sorry.
close.
I'm sorry.
I got it, buddy. I got it. But hold on. So there's 300 million people in our country, and you're the
All with
people.
seatbelts.
and yeah, there's 100 million people that use seatbelts every
Since the
day.
70s.
If he
And
can't figure out a
nobody-
seatbelt, I'm putting him up for adoption today.
Oh my God.
So what happened?
I don't know.
Did you cut a
still
promo?
haven't- I still haven't figured out what happened.
Did you cut
Is
a
he still
promo?
in
Yeah, he's
Seatbelt?
still in the seatbelt.
He's still there.
He's been there for a month.
Did you flip out?
Well, I started saying, like, listen, come on. I mean, how can you be stuck in a seatbelt? I was trying to like downplay it, but meanwhile, Danny is getting nervous because it keeps squeezing him tighter and tighter.
Yeah.
It's like a boa that won't let go and just keeps squeezing.
Why
They have
couldn't
to
she?
cut it?
Why couldn't she, at that point, take the backrest of the seat and lower it all the way to give him some more real estate? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand, but you know,
I mean, like,
we're
as-
talking about rocket
Oh,
scientists.
Donnie, I do not know. I only know how to click and to click and to click
Strawberries.
it. I only know how to click it. And if you don't click it, you get a ticket. So, Lummy, so...
Now she's Irish.
Oh, Donnie.
You get to take it.
Oh, Donnie, if I don't click it, the billboard says click it and I want to get a ticket.
So I'm thinking like, it's got that OnStar thing, so like OnStar solves
Hello,
everything.
Chevy
like Alexa,
OnStar.
Like Alexa.
Oh, yes, I just want to let you know I am Romina Diaco. I got a 2021 Escalade, and my son is getting boa constricted right now as we speak with the rear passenger seat.
Ma'am, what would you like us to do about it? We can't
I
like
would like
physically
you
go
to
and
hit a
unbutton
button.
it.
I would like for you to hit a button to make it stop.
We don't have that.
To make it stop choking my
Well,
son.
I thought it may have some kind of, because
No, I
it
know.
does emergency stuff, so I thought it may have some kind of emergency release for the seatbelt that could be done electronically, but that path did not
Did you
go
think about
well.
go getting
No.
a knife and cutting?
Well, then I
That's expensive,
So then
man.
I called Steven. I'm like, Steve, we got a little crisis going
now
on.
was Steven across the street?
Yeah.
So Steven, Steven runs around nude at his house, so he had to put some clothes
Yeah,
on.
Steve had to put on. He was in his white T-shirt
his
and
nightgown,
khakis
right?
and his outfit, And he comes over and
Did he drive over to your house? Because I've seen him do that before.
Yeah, of course.
No way.
They have.
When we were when we were there, he drove over to his house.
He drives across the street.
He does.
It's literally across the street.
When
It's a
me and
long
you were there
driveway.
the second time, he drove his car over to Dan's house.
All right,
That's a
so
busy
Dan,
road too.
by whatever means Steve got there, what ended up happening?
Steve cut it immediately. He saw that Danny was getting squeezed out, and he just immediately, because Ramina had actually gotten scissors at that point, and he just like immediately cut it and then solved the problem. But he was trapped. He was literally trapped in that seatbelt, and Steven couldn't like untwist him or untie him. He just went straight to the cut. Even Steven couldn't figure it out.
Steven didn't even look. He just said, I'm going to cut Dan's seatbelt. Watch this.
Yeah.
Brand new car.
It's going to cost Dan $4,000 to put a new seatbelt in here. I love it.
Yeah.
I'll have more money this week than he does.
But I still haven't figured out how he got trapped in that thing. I mean, I don't know what.
Was he like twisting it around his arm like just being a kid? Or?
It wasn't around his arm. It was around his body.
Oh, it was around his body.
He
yeah.
probably
there's a
was
picture
being a
of it.
kid. He was probably being a kid doing a twist, like a
Yeah.
twister kind of deal.
Right,
and then it got the best of him.
Yeah.
And they're
then,
trying to blame it on, GMC when really we should blame it on Ramina. She's not on my nicest of Christmas list right now.
Yeah, it's 100% her fault. The other problem was that Sophia had a picture of it, and then Jay came by, and he wanted to see what happened because I was trying to figure out what happened. I couldn't describe it.
Yeah.
And Trey was there, and Sophia didn't want Trey to tease Danny, so she deleted the pictures. I almost killed her. I'm like, dude,
You can recover those.
after they've been deleted.
Well, if you
went
go
to
into
she went all
recently
the way.
deleted
She did
album.
it all the way. She went all the way down.
Why?
Because she didn't want Danny to get mocked by Trey.
I mean, that's a good sister, but
I appreciate
man,
that, but like,
Should have sent you one first.
I know, I wanted to kill her.
So now
we got to reenact it.
Has there
The other side of the car.
has anybody
They replaced
has
it.
anybody Googled
Escalade
faulty
Yeah, I've been trying to look.
2021 Escalade faulty seatbelt boa constrictor 11-year-old kid.
And he was in the back. I think he was in the third row.
All right, and so none of them, even Jay, couldn't figure out what happened. He couldn't piece it together.
Well, he didn't see the pictures. He didn't see it in person, so he just heard the story, which makes no sense.
But Steven saw it. He couldn't explain it.
Nope. Steve just I saw him trapped, and I saw him he was really panicking. And as soon as Steven cut it, he cried for a second. And then
Hold on, Bubba. Look at this story.
Is that for damaged seatbelts? There's a recall.
Yeah, I just looked. It's literally from yesterday.
A recall.
A recall.
Oh, Dan, you might have a class
GMC is
action
recalling its redesigned full-size SUVs for third row that can become trapped or endangered
Dan,
or damaged in the seatbelt mechanism.
Dan,
Unbelievable.
Dan, you got yourself.
That's from yesterday.
You got a class action Willie here.
They will
But the
replace
only-
anyone
but the-
for free.
Once the recall's out, it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's done. The
but
class
hold
action's
on.
done. That's how you win a class action. If you start a class action and then do the recall, then you just won.
Yeah. Well, hold on, Danny. The only bad thing is
They didn't call it Escalade.
No,
Yeah, it's right there.
your daughter deleted the proof.
I know.
You basically have no
I
proof.
know.
Especially if it happened before.
Yeah, it happened
Well, at
pre-recall.
least you get it replaced for free.
Owners can expect a notification in the mail by May 3rd.
2021 Cadillac Escalade, Chevy Tahoe, Suburbans, and GMC or Yukons recalled for a seatbelt issue. GM is recalling this dated March 29.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm on the cutting edge.
Is designed full-size is recalling the redesigned full-size SUVs for seatbelts in the third row that can become trapped or damaged in the seat folding mechanism.
What about
During an
people?
assembly, the
I think it means people, but it's missing that important word.
right. The full-size SUVs can seat up to 9 passengers. Blah blah blah. Or owners can expect notification by May 3rd.
Wow.
So
I guess it really did happen. See? I didn't make it up.
Yeah.
yeah, no, Romina didn't make it up.
No, I saw the video on FaceTime. I just didn't have it saved. So he was definitely trapped in it, and it was unfastened, and he was still trapped.
Now, if you didn't,
Interesting.
Like,
Oh,
I could see this. I could see the buckle in the picture.
now
and
was
he was in the
was
third
he
row.
sitting like right here?
Yeah.
All right,
think
and
it-
so like this comes down and goes like that, like it goes like
Right.
pew, like that.
Right. And I think first of all he was leaning forward when he like released it, and I think there was a loop around something. I just don't know. It's
Wow.
such a quagmire.
Now, if he would have died, you would be? Don't you think you would own GMC right now?
Yeah.
Damn, too bad. Oh, Danny.
Bubba.
Couldn't take one for the team. Danny, too bad you couldn't take one. Danny, too bad. Here's what I wish we would have happened.
What, Romina start driving in the third row?
Oh my God.
Oh my.
No. Here's
How did that happen?
Dan, here's what I wish would have happened, okay? And you know that we're
I
in
heard
the
some yelling for the last month. I didn't know what was
Ken
going on.
V-Rod, you want to ride?
Please know we're in the show business.
Of
so
course.
I'm completely,
You're joking.
don't really want this. Like, I don't want your wife to even hate me. I just want to let you know, Donnie, Bubba wished that little Donnie would have died, and I do not like him anymore. Boobs or no boobs. He's not welcomed, and you're canceling your 24th party. You will not have ratchet bitches at our pool with the Matt Heller guy.
I thought you said no ratchet bitches anyway.
No, I know.
Upper echelon.
I'm being Romina.
Oh.
So, Romina, listen, dear Romina, I don't mean any of this, okay? I want your son to live and be smart and cool like his dad, okay? I want that more than anything. What does your son want to be? Has he talked about being a
unicorn.
doctor?
Like 8 or something.
No, he Sophia wants to own car dealerships.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
And
Like
he
Billy Fusillo.
Yeah.
That's her idol.
Sophia Safillo. Sophia Safillo, say it.
no, she doesn't want Kias. She wants to sell Ferraris and Porsches and Lamborghinis.
Okay.
She wants that kind of dealership.
All right.
And then Danny really, really, really likes driving. He really likes go-karting. He really likes it. I realize that's not a very reliable career path, but
No,
he
it's not.
really
Ask
loves
me.
it.
Yeah.
I know.
So this is what I wish would have happened, Danny.
I wish that your kid was driving NASCAR right now. That's
Yeah,
what I
well, we
wish.
don't have enough money. It's all rent a ride. Doesn't matter how good you are.
It sucks.
You literally have to write a check. There's great guys like Rico Abreu and Abreu, and just there's a lot of great guys that will never get a shot because they're not going to write a $3 million check. You got to write $3 million check to get an Xfinity ride. It's a $2 million check for an ARCA ride, and it's a $5 million check for a NASCAR ride.
Is it really $5 million?
Yep, $5 million.
Jesus.
Or if your dad's not writing the check, you got to have the sponsors. Like the drivers have to not only drive the car, but they have to go and find these huge corporate sponsors in order for them to get a ride. But anyway, that being said, I would have hoped, Dan, that the Escalade seatbelt would have strangled little Danny just to the point, like when Steve got there, he was like on his last third or fourth breath.
Called paramedics.
And hold on, and Sophia is documenting it beautifully on her 4K, iPhone 14,
Right.
perfectly. Steve cuts it right at the last minute. Romina comes, calls Bayflight. Bayflight comes in, lands the helicopter right there where you've landed
In the
other
backyard.
helicopters, right? Danny is like they got that thing that they're pumping on his, you know how they're like breathing for you with that big
Yeah.
bag?
Yeah, he got a vent bag on him.
Yeah, they're
Ambu bag.
Yeah, they get the Ambu bag. They're helping him breathe. Everybody's hysterical. They then you leave the operations center and meet him at Tampa General. You roll in there and you revive your son. He's completely 1,000% healthy. Nothing happened to him. It was just was right there, touch and
Just
go.
the trauma.
He was right there on death's door, but he pulled out. And GMC writes you and the Diacos a $46 million check.
Hell yeah! And then at that point, I'm sponsoring your kids to start racing.
Well, don't worry about me. I'm just saying, like, if that really did happen in that sequence of events, can you imagine how much that check would be, especially with you and your brother on the scene? I mean,
I know. But I'm so glad that
the only
they
better
tied a
thing
big
it could have
deal.
been is if Jay would have been there helping Steve save him. So Jay is
because he can't be a witness. The lawyer can't be the witness.
Oh, okay. Well, that's great then. Then
Yep.
Jay wasn't
Jay-
there.
It's good that Jay wasn't there.
So indeed, you guys can retain yourselves, right?
Yep.
There you go. So now you don't have any legal fees, right?
Nope. They save a third.
So yeah. Now you're getting a third back on your money. $50 million large. The Maxwell, what's her name? Ghislaine Maxwell. Supposedly they put 2 new charges on her yesterday.
Yeah.
She looks like a guy, doesn't she?
She's actually really pretty.
I hate when girls wear guy haircuts, though.
Some girls can pull it off. Though.
No one really does pull it off. They don't.
I feel like women always look better with long hair.
No, there are
the
some
most
women that
part.
can pull off some short hair.
They can pull it off, but I feel like they always look better with long hair.
How about Ruby Rose?
She looks good, but I think she would look better with long hair.
Dan, are you
Exactly.
familiar with Ruby Rose?
Sinead O'Connor would look better with long hair.
Oh, God.
Oh, Sinead O'Connor really
she was
went
hot,
downhill.
man. She was hot
She
back
went
in the
more
day.
downhill than me.
Demi Moore looked better with long hair.
Yeah, but she also looked good with short hair as well.
If you like, if you like having sex with a cadet.
The new charges from the Southern District of New York accuse Maxwell of one more count of sex trafficking conspiracy and another count of sex trafficking of a minor. With these new charges, she now faces an 8-count indictment. She was previously charged with 4 counts related to the conspiracy to entice minors to travel and engage in illegal sex acts.
She was also having sex with them as well.
With
girls?
Minor, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah.
Like a girl-on-girl deal?
Yeah.
And Epstein, like threesome stuff. She was into a lot of sick stuff. But
According to the indictment,
They can keep splitting those charges over and over again, and she could end up with 30 charges.
Here's what
easily.
they're going to do. They're going to keep throwing the charges on her and
Yep.
making it more scary and more scary and more scary, and then she'll be more likely to settle and not go,
Same.
and it doesn't have to go to trial. And if it doesn't have to go to trial, then she doesn't have to talk. And if she doesn't have to talk, then everybody that have possibly could be linked to this gets a little bit of a pass, right? The last thing you want, Dan, is trial, and Bill Clinton's name. Not the last thing that I want, but I mean the last thing that the Clintons want, and some of these powerful people that were associated with Epstein is for this to go to trial, right?
I pray this goes to trial, but it probably won't. However, when they're doing your probation report and your pre-sentencing paperwork, where they kind of ultimately come up with the level of the charge,
like the worksheet kind of
the
deal.
worksheet. It's like
the
a
charging
30-page
worksheet.
Yeah, it's like a 30-page pamphlet, and after you fill it all out, the probation officer gives what they consider to be your
Score.
offense level, which is a score essentially.
Right.
And the more charges,
And it's
the
not like
higher it
Family
is.
Feud, where the better the number, the higher the number, the better it is.
No, you want a low number. And helping with the investigation and cooperating and giving up people significantly affects that number.
So, but what I'm saying is, okay,
And that number you just line up on a chart, and that's where your sentencing
I
range
know,
is.
I know, but on the federal level, it's let's make a deal a lot more let's make a deal than it is on the state level.
I don't know about that. Depends on the county. Like in
I'm just
Pinellas
saying.
County, they don't make deals. In Hillsborough County, they make deals.
But let me just give you a little bit of a lesson here, Danny. Bill Clinton was a Democrat and still yet a very powerful Democrat. Would you not agree?
Yeah.
Okay.
he's on his last
Our
breath.
current president is a Democrat, right?
Yeah.
Has close ties to the Clintons,
Put
correct?
them in the third row of the Suburban.
So hear me out.
Smells kids' hair.
You hear? Please stop being a smart ass. Answer the question.
Okay.
This is how stuff works federally. Now, this couldn't happen on the state level. This has to be federal, and that's what this is, right?
Yep.
So this Maxwell bitch is in the federal system. Well, at the end of the day, the federal system is controlled by the president, is it not?
Yes and no.
I understand, but in today's environment, it very much so. He doesn't have a lot of resistance in Washington right now.
No, he can do whatever he wants.
Pretty much. The
Depends
FBI,
on the president. It depends on how the president and the
FBI,
Congress.
the FBI's dancing with them.
Yeah,
right?
everyone's dancing with him. Everyone's dancing with him.
The
They've been holding their breath for 4 years to go back to the
The
dance.
attorney general's dancing with them.
Yep.
Right? So, all right. So, federally, Dan, this is what happens. They put on 4 or 5 more charges. She's facing 45, 50, 60 years, right? If it goes to trial.
Yes.
Federally, somebody blows in a call to somebody that tells her attorney, listen, we'll plead this out for 8 years in prison. And because don't think that Bill and everybody else hasn't called and said, oh, wait, I got to tell you, this cannot go to trial. So put on a bunch of charges on her, like 100 years, so she'll take 8. Because this can't go to trial. Joe, get that done. Joe calls the U.S. attorney who the Southern District of New York report to, right, at the end of the day. And they're like, make it really scary so that she'll settle for 6 to 8.
The problem is that sometimes the judge isn't in the loop and doesn't play that game.
I would look,
and it happens.
I
It
would
happens
look,
a lot.
I
It
would
happens
look
a lot.
to see what I would look to see what the judges of the Middle District of New York, who they were appointed by, because every federal judge is appointed by a president.
Yep.
And they have trust me, unfortunately, I know
They
how
have a
this
lot
works.
of allegiance to the guy and the party that appointed him.
Exactly.
And it's
And
dirty,
I'm just going to
it's
tell you right
disgusting,
now,
it's disgusting.
the most powerful people in our country
Are federal judges.
are federal judges.
Can't fire 'em.
Those are the people
Can't
that
fire him,
Nope.
Nope.
even if they do something egregious.
I mean,
get
it has to
impeached.
be
They get
really,
impeached.
really
Okay.
egregious. It has to be way, way egregious, and you never see it. Federal judges are appointed by life. They're appointed by, and the only time that one comes up is when one retires, and then whatever president is in place through a process will appoints the federal judge. That
And it has
judge,
to be approved by the Senate.
that judge then has, historically a little bit of an alliance.
Yep.
So don't think that that's not the way it's going to go. Chances are, Dan, most judges on the federal level in the Southern District of Manhattan or New York or whatever are probably Democrat, one would think.
I'd venture to say the majority of them are Democrat.
Right. So
I'm not certain.
at the end
I
of
don't
the
have it in front of
day,
me.
they go to Jazine Maxwell and they say, hey, Jazine, guess what, bitch? You're facing 80 years. 80 years. Or you can take 6 in this little VIP UPO camp over here.
And only 2 or 3% of federal cases go to court.
Right.
So it wouldn't be unusual for this to be settled.
2
out.
or 3%.
So
That's it.
what the average guy would have gotten as an offer to settle at 20 years, which at that point, when you're facing 20 years and you're as old as the Maxwell bitch, you go ahead and go to court so that, you got a chance to win it.
That's exactly what happened with Epstein in 2010.
Right,
With
and-
the plea deal.
Right. He took a plea deal, and then one of the
And he
reasons
was
why.
spending.
blew in
He
a
was,
call.
he was
Someone
just
blew
in a call.
sleeping there. He
And-
was just sleeping in the VIP area, and then he was able to go home for
So they've set
during the day.
they've set precedent, guys, with that they make deals for these people. And the reason
yeah.
why they make deals for these people is because they don't want it to go to trial. Because when it goes to trial, some information that a lot of very powerful people that are alive don't want out. It's an absolute crap storm.
That's why that one guy had to resign. It was like he was the attorney general in Florida. I think it was like Costa.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm talking
it
about?
was Costa, and he had to resign.
When he was, I forget what he was in the administration, but he had to resign because of the Epstein thing.
He was the
He was in on
Southern
it.
District of Florida
Yes.
Attorney General.
Correct.
Right.
Kind of looked like a
Florida.
Simpson.
Unfortunately, I know this. Florida has 3. They have a middle, a southern, and a northern.
Yeah.
Right.
And this guy was the main.
Didn't he kind of look like a Simpson?
He kind of looked like a
He was
Marco
the
Rubio.
he was the U.S. attorney for that section.
Right. And so he gets. Don't think that somebody didn't blow a call into him.
Oh, definitely. I'm sure he had a couple
saying,
calls.
Wait, I just want to let you know that Epstein feller. Let's give him probation for a year VIP. Woo! All right, we don't need the stuff that he has info on. We don't need those flight logs coming out. Ooh wee. Jeff will take it. I already talked to him. See ya. Well, so they go to Jazine. Hey, listen, you want to get 80 years? You're going to die in prison. Or do you want to take, 4 to 6 years on this little VIP camp deal? Just like your little man Joe Epstein did? Boom. Just,
You
under
think she's safe in prison?
yeah. They can't have her get killed in any way, shape, or form.
Why?
Unless it's by them.
Well,
Why can't she?
I mean,
You didn't
I mean,
think
Epstein
would
was
get
safe
killed?
in prison.
He was
yeah.
on precautions, suicide precautions. He
No.
was on. I mean,
They want her to stay alive because they want her to go to prison, and it's not going to be for that long. But now the case is over, right? At the end of the day, no, hold on. If she dies, Dan, then there's still a big crap storm as to who killed her. The same people that killed her
But who
killed
cares?
Epstein.
If she
but
talks,
but she's
She
not going to
talks.
talk.
She cannot talk.
She goes to prison for 6 years. She doesn't talk. What happens to her after she gets out? God only knows.
writes a big book.
But
does.
no, she does
No,
not. She's not going to write a book.
Oh man, she's definitely gonna write a book. If she gets
No.
5 or 6
She's
years
not,
in prison,
Dan. You don't even know how this stuff works.
No.
She's not going to write a book because she's going to be given $4, $5, $8 million from OE to not write a book.
The systems that are allegedly punishing her are the ones that were in on it on the first place.
You're the smartest guy I know, and you can't even follow the timeline. And you're a
The
lawyer.
FBI knew about it. The CIA knew
I
about it
gotcha.
for years. They didn't do anything for a reason.
Anyway, go ahead and pile all the counts you can on the Maxwell bitch. She's just going to settle. I'm going to tell you right now, Tuesday, March 30th, 2021 at 7:21 in the morning, that the Jazine Maxwell bitch will never go to trial. It's going to be settled, and she's going to get between 6 and 10 years.
And she won't
That's
write
it.
a book.
and she won't write a book.
And she's going to keep her mouth shut.
And she's going to
You'll
keep her
never
mouth
hear
shut.
Live
from
on
her
an
again.
island.
And she might disappear. She might be like Amelia Earhart, and you never find her again. One of my I have nothing long-term. I ruin everything that's good in my life.
But
Only thing I got 3 things in life. I got 4 things in life that are long-term. My son, just because he's been around 18 years, I don't think he has a choice.
He's been around this long, you might keep him down?
Has been a couple of break in service and actions, but
That's pretty common in your life, though.
Pookie has been around 17 years. My family has been around all my life. And my job, today being my 35th anniversary of radio, and one of my very long-time radio friends, one that was somewhat instrumental in me being as successful as I am today,
You're welcome.
or used to be, has texted me and said that All Access did a little thing.
Oh,
on
that's
it.
cool.
oh, did they?
Now, All Access is kind of the radio Bible, is the Bible, or I don't know, kind of the daily sheet that you check, and it's got an app. It's All Access. Literally, if you've non-radio people want to know what's kind of going on in radio within the this little fraternity of radio, whether it be companies or personnel or
Jobs or whatnot.
yeah, just things that are happening. Also, the record industry and the music industry. It's kind of the go-to source, and people go. I go to it daily, a couple times, and so All Access is kind of the radio, radio thing. You can go. I get it on my. I have it as an app. Go get the app. It's ALL and then ACCESS. Of which you actually, or somebody sent me. They actually, it's a website. Aren't all apps websites?
Basically, yes.
And basically, an app is just a shortcut to that website, mobile.
Basically, yes.
Yeah. And so on allaccess.com today, which is the radio Bible, if you will, they did this is awesome. Bubba the Love Sponge celebrates 35 years in radio. Congratulations to Bubba the Love Sponge on his 35th anniversary in the radio business.
Do you actually have the link up?
What's that?
Do you actually have it on your computer?
Yep, here we go.
Because I'll show it.
Blitz, maybe we should put this on our Facebook and stuff.
For sure.
Bubba began his radio career April 1st, 1986 as an intern and overnight host at the Top 40 WPFR Terre Haute, Indiana.
I think it's number 4 on today's must-reads.
Really?
Yeah, on the right-hand side. You see it?
Oh, cool.
Woo.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. It says, as Rockin' Bubba Clem. He followed that with stops in Grand Rapids, San Antonio, Chicago, Philadelphia, Orlando, Chicago, Milwaukee, WFLZ Tampa, Sirius XM Howard 101, WHPT The Bone, and WBRN Tampa, and his present syndication. That's pretty nice.
It's awesome.
Thank you, Joel and Perry. Those are the guys that run it. Joel Denver. Joel Denver, man, he was an editor for Radio and Records.
R&R.
Yep, he was like a big slinging D there. And he said, okay, I think the print industry, because radio stations would get this magazine every Monday or something that was called R&R, Radio and Records. It was the Bible of radio. And so basically what Joel did is had this envision that I'm going to make a version of Radio and Records, on the internet, because that's where everything's going. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he may have started All Access in 1995. Somebody look back. But I think Joel Denver started All Access in 1995. What a visionary, huh? Now, if you're in radio, have anything to do with radio, man, everybody in radio goes to All Access.
That's how I
according
found the
to
phone.
Lummy Bing, it's 1995.
God, how much of a radio host? I just farted.
Was that a fart?
Yeah,
I heard.
I squeezed it right on out.
Wow.
you're anybody in radio, man, you go to allaccess.com. And congratulations, Joel.
So old.
In 1995, having the balls to break out when the internet wasn't cool. Nobody knew anything about that. Start allaccess.com into the multi-zillion-dollar business that it is today. Thank you, Joel Denver, for the and Perry for the ink. Appreciate it. I don't give my number out a lot because I don't take a lot of phone calls. A lot of hosts need calls. I got enough drama managing these orangutans. My employees are like the Samsonite. Remember the monkeys that were like in the 70s and in the 80s, the Samsonite luggage company. Like Samsonite, so rugged that a bunch of monkeys can play with it. And then they showed like these monkeys just throwing these, like they show these monkeys inside like some kind of
giant cage, and they're just tossing that thing,
just throwing these Samsonites everywhere. And we're like, if it's tough enough for monkeys, it's tough enough for you. That's what my employees are. My employees are like the monkeys.
American tourister know that when your suitcase is out of your hands, it's out of your hands.
And that's what the guys in the back not look like, but act like. Do they not?
Yep.
American tourister suitcases are reinforced with strong stainless steel frames
Is that a real gorilla?
and solid locks
That looks like a guy in a suit.
He broke that one.
that won't spring open on contact. Sure, you may pay a little more in the beginning,
Jeez, that's an angry girl.
but it'll sure pay in the end. American tourister. It's not just how good it looks, it's how long it looks good.
I mean, I don't know if you can even do that in today's world.
Not anymore.
Anyway, we have an after show on Twitch and BAR, Bubba Army Radio, today about 10:15 till probably about 11:50. I don't know. We'll just figure it out. Tomorrow we'll be live on YouTube at 10:15 with the second round of the Bubba Army Cornhole Championships of the World. Me and JD Acco taking on Lummy and Rhett. It's the best 2 out of 3 in a cornhole, Willie.
I'll be holding that belt next week.
Dan, did you tell Jay that he couldn't bring his carbon fiber Ferrari deals?
He was very upset.
How did you say it?
I'm like, dude, you can't bring your little special carbon fiber
Sacks.
$50 sacks.
And what did he say?
Okay.
Oh, he didn't even fight you on it?
No.
That's a pretty good impression.
He's like, okay.
Today at noon.
I almost lost an eye on this little short break.
What do you mean?
You almost had a one-eyed gorilla here.
What do you mean?
I was going around Lummy's car, and
You guys are outside?
Peeing on it?
I was going to pee on your car, and
Straight up.
I was looking at my phone, and the metal rusty barb on the end of one of those 8 pieces of rebar in the back of your truck, like a freaking homeless person, hit my eyelash. Like it brushed against my eyelash. That's how close it was to stick him in the eye.
Well, then don't pee on my car.
Well, dude, get a little orange flag, or don't just pick up
need an
trash
orange
off the
flag on
freaking
that.
street, you scumbag.
Lummy, when are you
I
going
got
to take
construction.
When are you going to take
Well,
that
we're gonna do
washer?
rebar.
Lummy, when are you going to take that washer out back?
Oh, whenever. I'll take it tomorrow. I'll unload my rebar that's gonna blind
So you're
Dr.
saying
Dan over there.
you were peeing on his wheel, and then as you walked around, he has rebar sticking out the back of his tailgate.
Rusty rebar with metal barbs.
Lummy, what are you doing with this
He doesn't
rebar?
even do isn't those concrete work? What, you guys going to do? Concrete in your kitchen now?
No, it's for the extension. It's for the extension. You know, you got to put
what
rusty
rebar.
Well, rebar for what? Are you laying concrete?
Yeah, we have to lay.
He's extending his entire house.
Yeah, we have to do the stilts. So I needed some rebar, and I got some free rebar.
I got to come over here and look at this job site one of these days.
Well, right now where the rebar would go is just an open piece of land because we got to get the permit to dig. But I got my survey done by Big Red, so I started, stockpiling rebar. Rebar's expensive. Construction materials are expensive.
Now, where are you getting this rebar? Are you getting it on the are you getting
Side
it
of the road,
yeah,
Willie.
yeah, like are you cutting deals with guys that are laying concrete and you're getting a couple extra, 3 or 4 rods here and a 3 or 4 rod there?
In fact, let me tell us where you got that rebar.
I'm getting it from people I'm doing side deals with.
What do you mean?
Like, I rub your back, you rub my back.
I know how side deals work, but like what? Like is this like the state of Florida DOT or like what's going on here?
You got a side deal.
It's the DOT guys.
Yeah.
Maybe they're building some bridges, and listen, the state's got a lot of money that they're blowing, and they.
So you're saying you got a couple hookups on some of these bridge jobs that you go over and they load 3, 4, 5 little rebar rods in the deal? And
No one will be missing these.
Yep, exactly. They don't need them. They're just going to throw them away. So why don't you give them to me?
How many you got?
So far, I got 26.
How many do you need for the entire project?
About probably 100. But they're like right now at like $19 a bar.
One bar's $20?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
Dan's bars, even though they went in the ground, they were all gold plated.
Everyone.
Even though they got, a normal person will never see them. So Lummy, for real, how do you get hookups with these? How do you get hookups with these guys that are working bridge jobs? Like how do you have that?
Scratching backs.
Scratching backs, just if they ever need anything.
Do you just grow up in their cold turkey, or are these like Bubba Army guys that have made contact with you?
Well, I get this 5 pieces of rebar per peg.
Lummy.
No, I mean, maybe I'll be walking around. There's some guys doing construction. I talk to them, or even through like the Bubba Army, meeting the different guys that have come over, their
Lots of
friends
guys
and
involved.
things like that.
Sounds like a glory hole deal.
Big Phildo got a rebar hookup for you. Is that what I mean? Like
No,
you're getting them from somewhere, and you're skirting around the deal here, Bubba.
Yeah,
He's
but
skirting like a
but then
dress.
even some of my friends that work for the city and county, I don't want to name, they've kind of told me different things. Like the guys on my bowling team. Maybe
So you're saying
Sweet
through.
Lips Lou is hooking you up?
So you're
did not
saying.
say that.
So you're saying through your boys, your network of friends and what have you, you've figured out the rebar game, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's got an angle.
I mean, you look at all those construction sites, they're throwing a lot of wood away and different things like that. So, rebar's fine.
Today at noon, when I did Bubba Sassoon. Oh, here it is. Nope, that's the best of.
They're saying it's only worth $11.
Well, that's for wholesale. I'm talking about like Home Depot. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe 15, 16, but that's still 15, 16 a bar. That's
Let me
expensive.
this debuts today at noon on our YouTube channel. Let me just see.
He looks less homeless, more put together.
But we do. So I guess we'll ask.
Sorry.
Oh, I better slow down.
Let me look at what I started with. Like, look at this. Look what I started with, and look how good you look. Look at that right there, and look at you right now.
Yeah, he looked like a tsunami, and now he looks like a human.
God, Lummy, you look good.
He does.
And now, Lummy, when you start getting growed out, are you gonna have to need me to come in and do a touch up, or do you know how to do it yourself?
Well, I mean, I may have to, have you, have to look at it.
It's a
Like
good
you're
length
making
now.
love to it.
Well, no, don't say that.
Shut up, Bob.
It'll get ruined.
There's going to be shit on it.
Taking your time, Bubba. Look at you.
But make sure that you must hide the gob.
Look, I'm taking very much.
Yeah, you're being gentle.
And by the way, Dan, thank you for giving me some props with regards to my Bubba Sassoon technique. But you are truly the god that saved this man. I mean, how good of a job you did on his stitches. Oh my Lord.
Can't see it.
I don't know if we did before or after pics, Dan, but you should put that actually on your website as scar revision. Like, because that's one of the worst looking ones that you turned into nothing. Like, you can barely see anything on his little face.
Little.
Giant head. Oh, thank you.
How do you stay this close to this bitch and not want to smash her in the mouth?
He's not. He's usually two seats away.
You're too drunk?
No, I'm 2 seats away.
Look, you're drunk there, though, are you not?
Oh, yeah, I'm stressing out. Couple of
And
those
tonight's trash
nose
night.
ones. Yes,
Actually,
it
that
is.
looks pretty good, Bubba. I'm kind of impressed.
I took the trash out.
Bubba,
Monday.
look at
Yes,
that.
sir, I appreciate
No,
that.
it's-
I'm sorry about that.
Is Bubba going to leave the goatee long?
Oh, maybe. I mean,
Like a goat. Like a bill.
At first, we were thinking about maybe leaving like a little Billy Goat deal, but then Lummy, you didn't like that. You were probably thinking I was going to do that as a mandate deal, trying to clown you. But I didn't make you keep the goat deal. It looked kind of precious.
Yeah, you made me look good. Everyone loves it.
You look great.
Did you dye it a little bit? 'Cause
No,
it looks less
A
gray.
lot.
Oh, it's a lot bit.
He dyed the whole thing.
Oh, I dyed the
Yeah.
whole thing, Dan.
To look like Billy Mays.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was the inspiration.
I dyed
Billy Mays.
the whole thing. I had to go up. I had to go out to the car and mix up hair dye.
Special paint.
Yeah.
His beard matches Bubba's head.
Well, I don't know if we need to say all that on him.
Well, you said it was the same color.
Thursday.
Well, Lummy left his in
No,
longer, so it
no,
got
no.
darker.
Hold on here. Let's see if we can show Dan where I start.
Yeah, he looks less homeless. More.
Trimming up his upper lip.
It's caving red.
Oh, okay.
Here we go. Let me see. I'm just trying. Oh, there. So Dan,
okay, you do apply it.
oh yeah. I mean, look how I got his nose. Like I'm not the most gentlest guy in the world. Like
Yeah,
look at
no.
the pressure on that nose. Let me did that hurt. I mean, you know.
You can see it in his eyes.
Yes, yes, the
You
tears
can.
are building.
You can see it in his eyes. If those aren't sad eyes, what are?
They are sad eyes. Those are beaten down eyes. Those are
Lummy-
Stockholm
Defeated.
eyes.
Lummy, like, what are you thinking? Like, it looks like you're staring up to the ceiling. And what are you thinking at this point, Lummy?
I'm thinking, wow, I'm getting my hair dyed by Bubba the Love Sponge, and this is either going to look really good or I'm going to look really, really bad. And it was more of the really, really bad.
Look at this. Because, well, Lummy, you got to get in there. You got to get.
You had the gorilla grip on my nose.
I do. I got to.
Quit scrunching.
Yeah, you might die. This is life or death, Lummy.
Nose hairs.
You don't want great nose hair.
Now, Dad, look how I got to look. Look, my veins are popping through on my thumb. I got such a grip on that nose.
I know.
Look.
You're not letting that nose go anywhere.
It's like a crab claw on there. Look at that. Lummy.
Probably something else you need to do, but I'm not going to.
So anyway, Lummy, this is Bubba
I think it's in
Sassoon.
the kitchen now.
Oh, wow. God.
He said,
the
Lummy said it's
transformation.
burning. Is that normal?
Yeah.
Lummy, you look so high here. Look, hold on. Let me just show you.
Oh, and the eyebrows too.
Oh yeah, Dan. I did a strip on the eyebrows. But I mean, if you look at Lummy now, Lummy, you're
He looks
straight.
go-
I
he
mean,
looks great.
Straight money, Lum.
Straight pimp.
Straight money.
Few
Straight
seconds
money,
of those.
money, Lum. This is the
Let me just put the mic down by his side.
this is the washing out. This wasn't the standard salon washout. This was a little more violent because
Tell him we're not doing any good. But
yeah,
okay.
yeah, whatever.
Oh,
He's gonna ruin. He's gonna
okay.
ruin
Let's not
this
like those-
shirt. He couldn't do it himself. I had to come in,
Am I
take
doing a good
over.
job?
Give Bubba or put the mic to your face.
Good job, Bubba. You're the man.
That like
him.
black
Delicate
water
hands.
comes off.
Yeah.
Not really though.
Oh.
Gosh darn it. I think I end up grabbing your hair
Let me
here.
just put the
don't I?
mic down by his side.
Don't I end up like
Yes.
kind of yoking you up a
This is
little
what they
bit?
do to try to extract information from terrorists.
so soft. You give me a smack at the
That's
end.
not going to be good. That's good for removing oil.
come out, is it, Blitz?
But
I don't know.
okay,
We're-
well,
we're-
so much for the dermatologist.
At this point, I feel like I'm scrubbing my car bumper here.
Poor thing.
At this
Poor
Lummy, it's
thing.
touch and go.
Oh, poor thing.
Okay, hold on. Here we go. I think don't I have to.
Oh my
There we
God.
go. Here at Bubba Sassoon, we like to slap you into circulation. You know,
It's good for you.
For the final rinse. We're in the final rinse. We're in the final rinse.
Let's go longer that one.
It's a necessary step.
Chips, say it.
Chips of the days. Frito.
Oh yeah, he has chips in his ears.
Yeah,
I feel like we need
Put your
better
face
with
in
his
the thing.
hair.
tired.
Beard's could be so dark.
It's not coming out.
All right, we're good. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Circulation too.
Oh yes, you need circulation.
Stand up. Hold on before I do the big unreveal. Hold
Blitz
on.
towel?
Here we go. Watch
Stand
that.
up like a man. Circulation.
Oh my God.
Hold on.
There's some.
Hold on.
Oh my
Look.
God.
Look at that. Look. Oh, dude. What's up?
That's awesome.
Oh, that kind of looks good.
Actually,
Lummy, it looks good as absolute fuck. Oh, okay, there you go. Look at Lummy.
That looks great.
Hey, man.
Lummy doesn't look good, but his beard looks good.
Thank you, Dr. Dan.
Lummy looks
Well, just in that
unwell.
particular shot, you don't look. You look.
Fire.
Hidden gob. Like this is
Straight.
a
Fuck. I mean, there we go. Yeah. So anyway, this is available today at noon on our YouTube channel. So go watch it. It's Bubba Sassoon Returns. Bubba Uncensored.
You're a handsome devil.
And it's like an hour and some long, and it's where we transformed Lummy's old guy, homeless beard into a Billy Mays special. Do we not?
Kaboom!
Sexy
Joe
fabulous.
Biden wants to get. Hey, Joe. You're my favorite president so far because it seems like you're just sending everybody money. Fourth stimulus check. Fourth stimulus check. Over 60 lawmakers now support more payments to Americans.
It's just going to ruin the country.
He wants. Biden wants $4 trillion infrastructure package approved by this summer. This is the.
That's separate than the stimulus, by the way.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, that's the infrastructure bill.
So there's $2 billion
Where
plus
are we
$4
getting all this
billion
money?
plus another
Exactly,
$1 trillion.
Bubba. Exactly.
At the printing press.
Like, we don't have this kind of money.
Yeah, it's called inflation.
Well, and also raising taxes on people like Dr. Dan.
Oh, Dan, you weren't here last week when they went through the new tax deals. Oh, my God. They're going to kill you.
Yeah, that's all right. What can I do?
Joe Biden's looking for a $4 trillion infrastructure plan. Now, when they say infrastructure, what are they, like hotels, cruise lines?
No.
like
Bridges, roads.
Yeah, that. Also, they're adding
Trains, more choo-choo trains. We need some more
free
choo-choo trains.
community college, universal pre-K plans, a bunch of other stuff.
The physical infrastructure part of the package is not just about updating roads, bridges, rail, public transit, and airports. It's also expected to include broadband, electric vehicle charging stations, and investments in clean energy and domestic manufacturing, making it far more expansive than what the Republicans usually discuss. So, but in doing that, you put a lot of people back to work, though, don't you?
Theoretically.
I mean, like a lot of construction companies and stuff like that.
But see, last time they were doing stuff like this, a lot of those contracts went to like Canadian companies and other foreign companies. So they didn't have any kind of language.
Or to the Senator's Brothers Concrete Company, right?
Right. They didn't have any language to protect it, to sort of direct the money towards American companies. And so I hope if this outrageously fat bill goes through, there is some language like that, so at least supports domestic businesses.
So it'd be like, all of the bridge jobs, the roads jobs, the airport jobs, they must be American-based companies.
Remember the Crosstown, when they redid the Crosstown?
Yeah.
They did the I-4 connector?
Your brother was actually on the committee.
He was on the committee. He didn't pick the company. That company had already been picked, and they're the ones that had like the accidents and all the other stuff, but they were like a Canadian company. And so, all this money that we were
Canadians can't drive worth a lick.
Right. They can't drive, and they certainly can't build a damn street.
Well, in Pensacola, the bridge that they were building, the 3-mile bridge, they built a brand new bridge and they opened it. Well, the hurricane took it out, and they already took the other bridge. The company that did it won't repair it, so now the state has to come in. So it's going to take 2 years to repair it.
Let me. How are you up on Pensacola bridges?
It's important.
Is that where you got your rebar from?
Yes.
When's the last time we were all blue?
The first 2 years of Obama.
We were all okay.
And he spent the entire time forcing Obamacare and didn't address, like
anything
immigration reform or anything like that. He was just so laser focused on Obamacare.
American Rescue Plan.
But I don't blame him. I mean, it was named after him. You want to really get that pushed through, right?
Well, the other thing is
if Clem Care was there, that'd be my little baby too.
But it caused a big change in direction, and he lost the House, and the Senate fell quickly too.
Lummy, what insurance are you on?
I'm on.
You're supposed to say Clem Care, Lummy.
Damn,
what?
Lummy.
What? Lummy.
He's eating Fritos.
Lummy. Clem Care.
Bubba, I'm on Clem Care.
Oh no, Lummy.
Lummy, I handed you a very.
That was the softest of softballs.
I threw you just an absolute softball for you to knock out of the park.
Tim Wakefield.
And you blew it.
I got distracted. I was trying to name what planes those were, and I couldn't remember because someone asked in chat.
Yeah,
well, you're more worried about chat than the show.
You're more worried than the
No, the planes that were going on over the thing.
The host. The host threw you a softball.
Who asked you so I can ban him right now?
Who asked?
Who asked? I want to ban him right now.
They're going to get banned right now for disruption of the show.
Dr. Dan, who do you want banned?
No, Lummy, you know what? Now you're playing cute games with me. Tell me who asked it, Lummy. Be truthful.
I don't. I don't want to see anyone get banned.
Lummy, tell the truth.
It was.
Lummy, tell the truth because Blitz will go back and look at the chat log.
I am.
Oh.
See, he was getting ready to lie. He was getting ready to lie. And now Blit's going to look at the chat log. So, Lummy, it's imperative to keep your belt and to not be in big trouble that you tell the truth. Perhaps they won't be banned if they're like super big time.
I mean, I'm looking for someone asking. I really don't.
Or maybe
I don't see it.
Or nobody really did ask, and he's blaming it on chat.
I got a text message with it.
From whom? No, you must say now, Lummy.
Lummy?
Because it's
So
not
the
on
guy
chat.
the guy that works security for us at the party
Lummy?
sent me a text.
Lummy, show Dr. Dan the text so he can verify that it's from that guy. Lummy, you might be getting yourself deeper and deeper into lies.
What's his name? Derek?
Yeah.
Yeah, his name is Derek, and he says, "What time are you getting off the show tonight?"
No, that's not what I said.
It said, "Just saw 4 of them, and the guy I'm with is all into him, and he doesn't know." So he did kind of ask, like,
Well, then he's not all out into him.
Hold on, Lummy. So you now are monitoring your phone, answering questions, and looking up, Googling.
No, I didn't.
Googling. No, hold on.
Binging.
Looking up questions that your friend is asking while listening to the program and not paying attention to the softball that I'm giving you.
We had a big Clem Care high spot, Lummy, and you missed it.
he also said, "Ask Blitz about the planes."
So, Lummy, I just want to make sure that we're right on this. You are paying more attention to your phone than me because I threw you an absolute easiest of softballs. We're going to go into the big high spot with the deal, and you're like, what? What are you talking? What?
I just took my new medicine and I'm out of it.
Don't give me that.
Oh, my God.
Oh, come on. You going to do a decap?
He has pregnancy brain.
No, I took my new medicine.
I'm a fatheritis.
Lummy,
Should I do a run-in?
take the belt and put it back on its holder
Oh, no.
and put it to the office. The office now has the belt. And Lummy, like 200 shoot style, I'm not real happy with that, buddy. That you are monitoring your phone, answering questions from your friends who are listening to the show, and you're now their research engine instead of being my co-host. That's great. Lummy can be your personal research engine. If you don't understand what's happening in the show, just ask Lummy. He'll Google it for you and communicate via text while he's supposed to be paying attention to the softballs that I'm throwing him. That's wonderful, Lummy. Great job, buddy.
Duck Lummy.
It's a great job, buddy.
Sorry.
That's honest to God, it's unacceptable.
I understand.
No, you don't understand because it's absolute bullcrap. Like, it's absolutely not cool. Dan, what if you were in surgery and you called for a 17 blade and the bitch is texting somebody, some trivia stuff that she's looking up on Google and she doesn't even hear you hand the 17 blade?
You know what that does happen sometimes? When I'm telling the anesthesiologist, like, you need to relax them more, and they're screwing around on their phone. And
do you flip out?
Oh, dude. I'm
now,
like,
who
put
run
that
now?
effing phone down and pay attention to what I'm
Who's in charge of the operating room?
Me.
The doctor.
Yeah. Well,
And
he's
the
the responsible person. Now, it's a weird dynamic because the anesthesiologist can throw up a flag, and then I have to listen to the anesthesiologist if there's a medical crisis that they're having up top.
Right.
But other than that, I'm in charge.
And so when you're calling for a person to be under more or less and an adjustment as to how they're under, they're playing, they're on their Facebook.
Right.
What are you monitoring? Like their heart rate or?
They're monitoring a bunch of stuff. Heart rate, blood pressure.
But what are you monitoring on your end?
What am I monitoring?
Like if you need more or less.
Okay, so when I'm doing a breast augmentation, usually it's under the muscle. And so you actually have to cauterize next to the muscle. And if it's not paralyzed, it retracts and it bleeds more.
When the patient goes, ow!
Or if they're moving, yeah. And they put their arm around your butt. You're like, wait a second, the patient's not deep enough.
Right.
She's hugging me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but they don't hug you, obviously, Dan.
No, they grab you. Mm-hmm. No. Patients, I've been grabbed by patients that are, half asleep towards the end of the case because what happens is
starts to wear off.
They want it to wear off at the end because they want them to wake up smoothly, and so they lighten up the anesthesia at the end. But sometimes you're doing things that are stimulating, and the person will actually start moving around, and sometimes like literally grab you.
Is that like a sign that like it hurts? I'm awake, or
It's a sign that they're awake.
Could be either or, yeah.
Or
Yeah.
is it just kind of like a
Yeah,
reaction?
and they don't remember any of it because they have medicines that make them amnestic, so you don't remember what happens if you do have a moment that's a little light.
Interesting.
But they don't want you too deep. They don't want you like in a coma the entire time. They want you just deep enough so that you're not feeling things, but not so deep that you require a lot of chemical support to keep your blood pressure up.
We'll be doing an after show here. We'll call it exactly 10:15. We'll fire up at 10:15. Let me, like, for real, that was kind of not cool. Like, no, for real. Like, that's really not cool, buddy.
I'm sorry, Bubba.
For the first time ever,